Yeah.
It's-
I just started recording. 52,
You
all that.
bastard.
Yeah. I don't know. We
Just
just
kidding.
jump into it. I'm a bastard.
I don't.
It smells like ass and bastard.
In at number 52, it's Scary Movie.
Ooh. No,
Scary movie V for Vendetta.
I did get the way I got this, it came in weirdly spelled. Now I have to click on it to see what it is. It was like oh, it's just the V is capitalized on my file. Okay.
Yeah.
It
Why
looks
wouldn't it
oh,
be?
but it's another V. It's five. Okay, Scary V movie 5. That's
Scary versus movie?
confusing. No, but it's the V is in the word movie that's capitalized, so it's just confusing. Okay. Anyway, that's why I brought it up. What is this? It's Films and
Huh.
Filth, the Citizen Kane of podcasting. Today it's a Citizen Kane of parody movies. Scary Movie 5. This is Matt here. Over there is
It's Mark.
Ooh, banana. It's like,
how's the Bonanza going, by the way?
it's pretty sick.
Okay.
I'm so jealous. I want to play it so bad. I have the Tetris skin with the songs in it, and I just play it so I can listen to the songs.
Coming back, it's our master of the bad movies, the godfather of trash. It's Andrew. Hi.
What's crappening, fellas?
Should I call you the godfather of filth? That's what I should have done. I messed it up. That's the problem with improv. Sometimes you say slightly the wrong word.
The
You
God
know,
Filther.
it's nothing that people haven't already called me in reviews on Amazon for the movies that I make. So do
They say
your
godfather of
worst.
filth. Did I get it exact?
I don't know about Godfather, but
Yeah, I
they
guess that's
definitely,
Yeah,
that's too
that
endearing a
sounds like a
term, I
title
guess.
you give to somebody who's over 70 now,
yeah, Filth
Oh boy.
Elder.
Oh,
like
Yeah,
sorry.
Lloyd Kaufman or something.
Hmm.
yeah. I'm
He's
not
still
sure that
kicking,
I'm.
isn't he?
Oh yeah,
He's doing a 3 movie thing at the Plaza this weekend that I just heard about. So, like I don't it's 2 good movies and 1 bad one. So I don't I don't know if I'm gonna go or
yeah.
My
not.
I saw
problem.
that ad for that, but I didn't see that Lloyd was going to be there. Although he's in Atlanta frequently, I saw him as recently as 2 years ago.
I
Yeah,
shouldn't
my
talk
friend Shane
about.
Morton is like he's been working with Joe Bob Briggs on his Joe Bob's Drive-In, whatever that's called now, his show, his his regular show. He's been working with Joe Bob for years, and now he's like heading up this signing and stuff. So it's pretty cool that I have like friends that are in with all these guys that were, part of my childhood.
Is Shane the guy where my wife cleaned his house for no reason?
What?
You remember that we were in the States and you were house sitting. I think it was Shane's house because he had all that like extreme like cool monster and sci-fi memorabilia, right? And then
Yeah, he
we picked you
does.
up and then Mimi was like, "Oh, the house is dirty," and then spent 30 minutes cleaning it for some reason.
I don't remember that, but that was
I
very
do.
nice of her. I feel guilty for not remembering
Because
it.
you and I were like, "Are we leaving?" And she's like vacuuming. That's that's
I
that's
was
what Japanese women do.
I was probably not doing a good enough job of keeping the place clean, to be honest. So
That might have been
thanks,
the
Mimi,
case.
if you're listening.
Okay,
Anyway, that makes
she's
me feel
not.
like a heel.
I was gonna ask if
Anyway.
that was a personality thing or a cultural thing.
Both.
Both.
Well, one time I was doing like food delivery, so I had a lot of like shirts in my back seat because I would like change in and out of the mandatory work shirts. And one time we drove somewhere, and then I just like realized that she'd folded every single shirt in my back seat and stacked them by the time we got to where we were going. And I was like, again, was I thought that was very kind and also felt like a slob at the same time. So
Yeah, Mark, when you're living
uh,
in that punk rock house, 4 punk rockers at the time, and I remember I
you're gonna have to
intentionally
be more
would not
specific.
let her visit.
You're gonna have to be more specific. There were more than 2 of those.
Yeah, it's one of them. It doesn't matter which one. The whole point is I wouldn't let her
Oh,
visit because I was like
oh,
she'd try to start cleaning it.
this was the loft, right?
But I guess so, yeah.
Yeah,
It
what
doesn't matter.
2009?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, okay. No,
Um,
no, no one should have
that's
been there.
inside talk. Yeah.
No one should have been
Anyway,
there.
getting to Scary Movie 5. I saw Scary Movie 1 in the theater, maybe with one of you guys. I don't remember. Andrew, it seems like something we might have done in Athens at the time, but I don't
Yeah,
remember. Yeah.
yeah, I definitely was there in the theater for those first three. Yeah.
I
Me
never
too.
saw,
I
yeah,
was there for the
before the
first
first
three,
three. Those are the
and then
Wayans
I
ones,
tapped
is it?
out. No, the Wayans are the first two. The third one was the first return of Abrams Zucker to like bury the genre that they started. I don't know why they. Anyway, it was no basketball.
So I've seen Scary Movie 20 years ago and I've forgotten everything about. I mean, I remember enjoying it.
Um,
Five I just watched last night and I don't remember enjoying it.
I mean,
And I
two had heavily featured Chris Elliott and had some really good jokes in it. And the first one, apparently there's something really problematic that I've forgotten about that gets brought up a lot. But I remember thinking the first one was very funny.
Oh, okay. I don't remember what that is. I don't remember the movie. Hey, Luke,
Well, maybe it's
how's
best
Scary
not
Movie
brought
in the
up.
UK? Does anyone care?
It when it came out, it was definitely popular. It was like that was the film everyone at school was banging on about. Um, I think I've seen a couple of them. People thought they were funny when they were kids. They're not like highly regarded or remembered now.
That sounds about right, just in
Yeah.
general. They're not, I don't know, are they? Because they just were like, the Wayans are coming back. They're going to do another scary movie. And I was like,
I think there's a lit.
okay.
Well,
Well, so here's the thing. These films do have some very, very funny scenes. So they play well when they're reposted to YouTube and TikTok. Like, so I think there is a big research because you'll see like well, remember how funny this film was, and it'll be like, oh yeah, that scene was great. Shame about the 30 minutes either side of it between the good bits, sort of thing.
hmm
Like what I was. So you were saying like I watched this, I don't remember enjoying it. I was watching this, and I was very much enjoying some scenes. Like, I got a lot of fun out of this film. It's just that for every scene that I really enjoyed, there was like a racist one, a fat phobic one, a misogynistic one, or a pop culture reference that has not aged well. So like, but it was doing the thing where the jokes are just coming so fast that there's some of them hit.
The parts where I laughed were mostly Al My Balls. I tracked the first laugh I have in the movie is where geez, I don't remember the character's name or the actor, but where the mom slams the fake baby into the wall by accident. That was the first time
I
I
Yeah,
audibly
proper
laughed.
laughed at that one. That
that
was
was
great.
good. Everything Molly Shannon did, like I don't know, maybe this should have just been a Black Swan movie where Molly
Yeah.
Shannon could just do whatever wherever the hell she was doing because that was very funny and
Because
whatever
I
the stop motion vacuums for whatever reason it just got me. I was like,
I was thinking there was that a Dalek reference, which I don't think it was. But anyone
no, I
want to
don't
hit
think
me
it was
with what the
anything.
vacuums were about? Was the vacuum about anything in particular?
It was just like the maid fucks the vacuum a lot, so there was a bunch of vacuums partying.
Okay,
I
I
think
was
that was
seeing
the
there.
idea.
See, I'm like we did Planet of the Apes already, so we were doing Daleks. And the Planet of the Apes stuff didn't work, but I did write about 75% in. This is 1 point over the newer movies because I think they were in monkey suits.
Uh,
And they weren't completely bad. They were on a budget, I get that, but I was happy to see monkey suits in a more modern film, I guess is what I'm pointing out.
I
I'm trying to be positive before I
I
go relentlessly negative.
I didn't laugh very much, and I feel like it hit me over the head a lot with they should just stick to parodying one movie because the first movie, part of why it worked was it was just a parody of Scream and I guess Scream 2 or 3 or whatever. It was a parody of Scream movies, which worked splendidly because Scream movies take themselves so fucking seriously. Like, regardless of the tone being kind of like quote unquote fun, those movies are on some level incredibly self serious. So that was the perfect thing to parody. It's like not as easy to parody Evil Dead.
Yes. Hey, Andrew, you asked for it. We have to
Hmm.
do it. You asked for it. So, Scary Movie
Yes.
5, you asked for it. Why?
Uh, well, because the thing the Mark mentioned the Wayans did one and two. Those were also rated R. So the humor, they were able to go places that they weren't with when they were on TV with In Living Color. And they had done Don't Be a Menace, right? Which is one of my favorite comedies like of all time, especially
Yes.
in the spoof variety. So um I was like I was disappointed to find out they weren't going to be doing the next scary movies, and that even more to that point that they were going to be PG-13. And so right away I was like, well, they're taking the teeth out of this stuff. I thought part three was pretty funny. when I went to see it. But when I started to see the ads for part four, I just wasn't really laughing at that. And I didn't even know that anyone involved with Airplane was still involved. I didn't know who was doing these. And then so I didn't bother seeing four or five in the theater. But whereas four, I was kind of like, yeah, it's okay for a rental. Five, I was actually kind of kicking myself I didn't see in the theater because I enjoyed it really on a replay value, despite what Luke said about there being fat phobic jokes and racist jokes regarding the housekeeper. I really did think that this was one of the better ones.
Interesting. See, I felt like I got away with something because I was type I didn't like it so much. And at the end, I'm like 15 I was like, can I just stop at 15 minutes early? And then 15 minutes it goes into the credits and the and the and the and the outtakes. I'm like, haha, I get to get out early. So, but
Yeah,
I wanted to have more context because I hadn't seen Scary Movie for more than 20 years. So I put it on double speed, but then I put on Scary Movie 3. Same deal. It's like a 70-minute movie with, outtakes. And I just
great.
was like, I thought three was better-ish. I don't know. Maybe
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I
think
three's a
three was
maybe
better.
three's a
maybe I
parody
had
of Signs, right? Am I remembering that right?
The Ring that's about the videotapes and stuff.
Okay, which one was the parody of Signs? Was that four then?
That might have been four, but yeah, I felt
Okay.
like three. I was like, I didn't want. Yeah, three felt like the right spot to look at, which I did nominally like better. But part of the reason because Andrew, you've seen all these films and Scary Movie 5. I'm like, I know this is a reference to a film, but I have not seen this film and I don't get the
Oh,
reference.
Paranormal Activity.
I haven't
Paranormal
seen
Activity
Paranormal
is
Activity.
Yeah.
yeah, that's the big framing
I,
device. You'll be lost if you don't get it because it's all the video stuff. I just think the parts of part five that work best for me are my favorite things in the entire series. And those at the top of the list, those things would be one, the lesbian sex scene, and two, um,
the tunnel hitting
the
the tunnel was
oh
very
my
funny.
Oh,
God,
I
That's
love
great.
it. The
Yeah.
tunnel.
oh
I
my
did
God,
laugh out loud way too late at
that
night
is
when the tunnel hit the tunnel.
spectacular.
And that
And
was very like Airplane, Naked Gun kind of humor as well.
Yeah.
yeah, and I'm such a huge fan of it. Like the Evil Dead remake 2013 is the one that this one goes after. And I think it was in theaters like the week before this was. But now, as many times as I've seen that, that's my favorite Evil Dead movie now. Um, the parody section in this was just, I never wanted it to end. It would have been great if they'd been able to do the whole movie.
Okay, I guess that's where I was because I was like, I'm not saying that it's off-brand, just felt off-brand to me because I haven't seen the 2013 ones. I'm like, I know they're doing Evil Dead, but it feels slightly
Yeah,
off, which is probably
no,
because it's
Oh,
2013.
you wouldn't
so
appreciate it as much as I did. I'm a huge fan of that one. I've watched it now more than I ever watched any of the other ones, except when part two was stuck in my VCR. There's no in my room. There's no telling how many times I actually watched it. But
Oh,
no, that's one of the sections that like when I go back to it, I want to see that more than I want to see anything in any of the others.
hmm. Quick
um,
question. Should I get the first four Paranormal Activity on Blu-ray for 1,000 yen? I've never seen any of them.
No, the best
I'm
one is the marked ones, and that would be fine if you found a used copy.
Okay,
it's got
then
me in it.
maybe I'll skip it. Yeah, I was staring. But yeah, last night I was like, well, I could actually watch
Uh,
these pretty easily.
I
Should I?
appreciate it, Mark.
Thanks.
Oh, okay.
I've
I didn't catch it off. I
I,
wasn't listening either.
I've never seen a Paranormal Activity film, and I don't plan to. But it's like one of those things where if I was at someone's house, they said we're watching Paranormal Activity 8, I'm like, fine, sure. I
I
wouldn't
Yeah,
saw the
well,
first couple and I was watching them like on a tiny little TV screen in bed at night, and that's how you watch Paranormal Activity. Because
yeah. This
sounds
is a
right.
parody in this movie in Scary Movie 5, it's a parody of I think the first four paranormal activities. But yeah, marked ones is by far the best. If they give you a choice, I can pretty much tell you of any of the major horror franchises which one you want.
Final Destination.
So
The newest one by
I've
far.
heard the new. I haven't seen the newest one yet, but I've heard it's the best one
It
a
didn't
lot.
need to
Yeah.
be as good as it is. I'm like, you guys,
That's what I
you
want.
just they just like they not only understood the assignment, but they like did extra credit.
Well, that's how I felt about the fifth one. The fifth one didn't need to be as good as it was, and it totally was. Anyway, interestingly, yes, this is David Zucker co-directed this with a guy named. Do a scroll down, Malcolm D.
Malcolm D.
Lee.
Lee. Yeah, he did
So
the barbershop movies.
he directed
Or
Girls
no,
Trip,
Best
which
Man.
I randomly watched that at some point and liked it whatever year that was, 2017. Um, Space Jam: A New Legacy. He also directed that. So that's interesting. But Zucker directed um Scary Movie 3, Scary Movie 4, then American Carol, which is like the conservative movie that's like a Christmas Carol where Michael
Yeah.
Moore is visited by Americans or something. I've never seen this and I never will. That sounds
No.
kind of
Conservative movie where
abysmal.
Michael Moore is visited by Americans? That's a
In
fake
the
Michael
night,
Moore.
it's a fake Michael Moore, but it's
Okay,
like
just checking.
there
It's
that's
like the
the
fake
joke.
Leonardo in this.
It's supposed to be like, look, conservatives can have comedy now, and apparently
Yeah.
the trailer didn't make me laugh at all, and I was like, I'm not gonna watch this anyway. And then he
Yeah.
They
directed
do
this.
that
MAGA
every couple of
airplane.
years, and it always turns out they can't.
Yeah, yeah, it's almost like some kind of inherent problem. Anyway, Scary Movie 5 was his last direction job, except for he has something in development called Star of Malta. Looks like some kind of boxer movie.
That
Hmm.
I
could
don't
have been
know.
on there for the last 15 years for all we know.
Maltese
Exactly.
boxing.
IMDb is bad about they don't put dates on like anything. Like there's stuff where I read trivia and it said somebody can currently be seen on Broadway, and then I go look and the Broadway thing was like 2008.
Well, Zucker's got to be
Yeah.
what, 8,000 years old by this point anyway. He didn't have to direct anything.
He is pushing 80.
Oh, okay. Only pushing 80. Okay, I was going to put him
Just
past
like
80.
Cronenberg, who's just made
Yeah.
one of his best movies. That I don't know if y'all saw Shrouds, but that was incredible.
I didn't know it came out. I guess it kind of came and went, and I'm gonna watch it. I want to. Uh, have you seen? He made a short film that's just like he just crawls into bed with like a mold of his whole body that's been made into a corpse, and then goes to sleep next to his corpse, and that
I didn't see that. I'm aware of it though. But
he is aging into being, well, even more interesting.
oh no, Shrouds is like his horniest movie since Crash.
Ah.
I'm like,
All right.
God, isn't he 80,
Let's
80
fucking go.
something?
I think you give your
I mean,
third wind.
His remake of Crimes of the Future, aside from the CGI being bad, was pretty cool.
Yeah, but his kid was making better movies than him at that point.
That's true. Well, I mean, doesn't he have a daughter that's making movies now also?
Yes.
And I haven't seen hers, but
I haven't either.
for some reason I thought that movie Cuckoo was directed by her last year, so I like went to go see it thinking it was like her, and then somebody else's name was on it. I was like, oh, whoops. I
That's
wasn't
like
paying
when
attention.
That's like when I went to see Nightmare Alley, and I thought I was going to see what Last Night in Soho. And Nightmare
Yeah.
Alley is probably the better movie. To be fair, I thought
definitely think it's better.
I thought I was seeing the trailer for this one movie. So I was like, we've never been in a creepy movie theater yet. What's going on? You can see
Well,
where
I
like
mean,
you keep thinking maybe it's gonna go there because you get all the weird carny stuff, which you could go in a movie theater. But
sure.
yeah,
Yeah. Well, I'm looking
I,
forward to the Wayans coming back and doing part 6 rather than rebooting because there's been so much great horror ever since they left this franchise, and in particular the last like 8 years. I mean, think about all the things they can cover. It'll be interesting to see whether or not they do like what Mark was talking about, the just sticking to one movie, or if they are going to kind of go a variety of places to address all the new horror that's come out since.
I'm guessing they're gonna do Smile and Terrifier, and that's fine. I'll go see it. Anna Faris is also coming back, where she's not in this one because she was pregnant and also decided that she was too old for some reason. Or I guess
well,
maybe
she
Hollywood.
undecided that since it's what 13
Yeah.
years later.
Yeah.
Well, I
Oh,
mean,
one more
probably
thought.
Hollywood made her internalize
One
that
more
as some
Nightmare
shit.
Alley thought to make myself look stupid. I
Uh-huh.
went to a theater and watched it, and I didn't realize it was a remake, even though I've seen the original and own it on DVD.
That,
It'd been a
that's
while
weird.
since I watched it, to be perfectly
I
honest.
also think Last Night in Soho doesn't have a haunted cinema.
It has a weird cinema,
Uh,
though. Isn't
it
it
has
like the time
ghosts.
travel device?
There's no cinema
No,
involved.
Well, I still haven't
it's like
watched
a
it. I saw Nightmare Alley.
Yeah.
It takes a while for anything spooky to happen.
yeah,
It's a
and
fun movie, but it's not particularly a horror.
it's more of a coming of age thing.
Yeah.
And
Right.
I kind of wish that they just hadn't bothered with the ghosts. But, it was a cool time. There was a time travel thing, but it was like
Yeah.
a theater thing.
That's what I'm
Anyway.
saying. It's theater thing. By the way, Mark, I'm very interested how you were going to go about the summer. I messaged everyone about it because the first 30 minutes of this movie, I'm like, is there a plot? Is this actually a sketch movie, right? And then I'm like, okay, now
Sure.
I've seen these actors in 3 scenes and I've seen Paranormal Activity crap in like 5 scenes, so I guess that's what it is. And then the movie ends after 70 minutes for all intents and purposes. So how do you make a plot out of that, Mark?
Charlie Sheen and Lindsay Lohan are making a sex tape after he
Yes.
sexually grabs her throbbing breasts and penetrates her penisfully. Then a ghost kills them both, and I guess it throws his kids into the woods or something, where Snoop Dogg and Mac Miller find them. Then they're thrust upon his brother Dan, who has a different last name, and his wife Jody, who doesn't want to be pregnant. Then she goes and does ballet and fucks her classmate Kendra. Dan creates intelligent apes at his day job. The maid, Maria, fucks a vacuum cleaner. All the vacuum cleaners come over and fuck each other. One of them sucks the dog off. Maria shits and farts on the toilet to the point where she can fly. The apes are smarter than Dan. Molly Shannon is jealous and handicapped. Dan and Jody find their niece's evil ghost mom and take them away from her. The end. Morgan
Okay.
Freeman.
I was like,
That
especially
was
since
awesome, Mark. That was
Thank
so
you.
good.
after fake Leo, it's like that can't be Morgan Freeman. I guess it's a voice role, so whatever.
You know
Morgan
my
Freeman
favorite
has
part.
demonstrated his ability to just show up fucking anywhere.
I
My
know,
favorite
but
Also,
bit
that was
with the
like a lunch worth of work for him.
yeah, that was my trailer onto
They
saying
pulled
that.
out their phone at lunch and he just read the page onto the
yeah.
fucking voice
My
recorder.
my favorite bit was when he's narrating over Caesar in the bathroom reading the book, and then just kind of gushing about how intelligent Caesar is, and then Caesar runs and gets his poop out of the toilet and throws it in the mirror, and you just hear the narrator go, "Oh hell!"
I think my
I mean,
favorite was when he didn't do his narration because he smelled the fart.
Right? He's like, "It
yeah,
just
that's
got to
right.
me."
Yeah. I mean,
Oh,
have you
then
guys seen the movie Wanted?
Yes.
That where at
maybe
the end, Morgan Freeman plays the bad guy, and at the
Mhm.
end, there's just something where it's this kind of thing where they all have magic gun powers and the
Yeah.
bullets fly all over the
James
place.
McAvoy's the
And
other
there's
guy.
Mhm.
yeah, and well,
Seen it
there's
but
a
forgotten
scene
about
at
it.
the end where Morgan Freeman is facing the camera and realizes that James McAvoy is going to kill him, and he just goes, "Oh fuck!" And then you see a bullet come through the front of his head, and it's
Yep.
very funny.
Yeah. That's one I don't own because when I saw it in the theater, I'm like, well, there's no way this was going to do the same thing. The crowd was just nuts over it, and I thought it was hilarious.
Yeah, there's a whole thing where I think some of the assassins just kill themselves because they're
Mhm.
sad or whatever, and they all
Yes.
stand in a circle and just one of them just shoots a bullet and just goes through all their heads and they all die.
Yeah, it's a very cool looking movie. I mean, I would put it on
Uh,
before Dread, probably.
yeah, Timur Bekmambetov. He made Night Watch, Day Watch, and Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter.
Right.
Like he's got a great like ridiculously schlocky
Hmm.
over. Wonder what he's doing now. Russian guy, obviously.
It's
Anyway,
Russian catchy train.
Is it obvious?
Mm.
Um,
Yeah,
with
part of this is also a parody of the movie Mama, which had come out earlier that year, and I don't think anyone remembers that movie. So seeing this, at least Paranormal Activity had it was like a franchise, but Mama was just like a one-off and wasn't great. In the movie, this Scary Movie 5 like takes entire plot points and entire scenes. Like the whole thing with the two kids, that's the movie Mama.
I just Timur Bekmambetov. His most recent credit is producer on the 2025 War of the Worlds.
rap.
Oh,
Looking forward to seeing that.
Oh, I'm watching it.
I did. I watched it. It
Yeah.
was it was yeah, it was weird because when I was first watching it, I was going like, okay, this isn't really Ice Cube. Like somebody AI'd him or something. Like it doesn't feel real. Like the movie just doesn't
Yeah.
it doesn't it doesn't seem like people made it. It
They're
just
not going to tell you when you watch the first AI film, that's for sure.
Oh
They're
my
going to try and
God.
pass it off as made by people. So who
Okay,
knows?
well
Maybe you cited it, you know?
to your point, um, if someone was gonna say the first AI movie was released and you get like one guess which one it is, I'm guessing it's that.
Hmm.
Because there was that thing recently where some author had been like AIing some of their novels or something. That was a big thing.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because the novel had something like in the middle of a chapter, it said, Chat GPT suggests that what I should do. Yeah, it's like in the middle of a
I
paragraph, which
haven't
is
read the fiction recently.
well, hopefully you didn't wouldn't read that even if you were reading fiction, but
You have to have
whatever that
six
was.
fingers to turn the pages.
Oh no.
Yeah.
And everything has to explode
Uh,
at the end. So
Yeah, I'm pretty sure
one
that
of
bubble's real close to bursting. So
yeah, it's we're like we're just probably a few months away from people just putting handcrafted on things to sell them. Like that's gonna be happening, and
I
then,
mean,
then it'll
how
just be
I've,
many of us
um,
are
Cameron's putting that on Avatar. Like
I mean,
no AI used in the production, whatever. And then a lot of the films are coming out with like disclaimer: this cannot be used for AI.
yeah.
we'll see if they
I mean,
listen to that.
well,
Oh
you
God.
know,
I just
it's
realized something about the cover of Scary
mhm.
Movie 5. If y'all can see this
A little blurry, but
behind
keep going. I see Ted.
behind Mike Tyson.
Is that the
Anybody
Predator?
remember Ted actually being in the movie?
Yeah,
Oh,
he's in it for
I
like
do.
one shot during the
Where was
lesbian
he?
sex scene.
Oh, is
Yeah.
that right?
okay.
He
And
just
it,
appears between her legs for like one gag.
I made a
Okay.
note, low rent Ted, because it wasn't quite up to
It's just a
snuff with
puppet.
the
Yeah.
puppet itself. They
Yeah.
got like
Yeah,
they
here's
got
Also,
proof.
apes, it's better when it's a puppet, but Ted, it's better when it's CGI. Your
This is
story's
the
falling
first
apart,
yeah.
Cabbages.
this set has the first four movies, and part three is called
3.5.
3.5, like a la Jackass style. And then
Did they
five I have just
did they put like did they make 3 back into an R-rated movie or something? Is that what it
hmm.
was?
That's a great question. Uh
Are there different run times? Because I did watch that last night too. So
and someone may need to look that up because I it says 1 hour 25 minutes for Scary
okay,
Movie
that's correct.
3.5.
That's correct. That's
Yeah.
the like I said, I once I realized that these movies end with 20 minutes of credits and outtakes, I was like, let's see if the earlier one's better. And probably took a cat nap or two in there, but it was a little funnier. Didn't take notes,
Yeah,
obviously.
the DVD for 5 has extended scenes, and I'm telling you a couple things. One, their Medea is perfect, is
Yeah, I had to
spectacular.
look up. I had to
But
look up
I
whether
had
that
to
was
look
real.
up
Yeah.
that, yes.
And then this 50 Shades of Grey bit, which the movies were not out yet by that time.
Mm.
So Jerry O'Connell, I think, is technically the first person to play Christian Grey in a movie.
Uh-huh.
He
Yes.
this scene goes on a lot longer and is so dirty. There's no way that they could have put it
Hmm.
in here. But man, um, yeah, I may actually just throw this on like when we're done.
Did
I just like
did
it.
did you Andrew and Matt, did you catch our friend Elizabeth in this? Elizabeth Davidovich from back in the day?
I did not. Tell me.
She's a
Oh, this
stunt
was
double for
filmed in
Lindsay
Atlanta,
Lohan at the
wasn't it?
beginning. She was I don't know. I'm not sure.
I
Probably.
He
looked
did
at the wiki. It
stunts
said filmed in Atlanta.
But
Oh no,
okay.
yeah, I was going to ask you guys because it comes up with a huge Georgia thing at the end,
at the end.
Oh,
Yeah.
and
I
I was
didn't
going to
make
be
it to
like,
the
"Oh,
end.
did you guys get a flash of pride when you saw?"
Well,
Mark,
two
who
people
was it?
I've hung out with are in this. The
Okay.
other one being Jasmine Guy. Jasmine
Oh,
Guy used to
dope.
come to my work for drag queen night like very regularly. She's so nice. If you're listening, Jasmine Guy, I know you're not, but miss you. What's up?
Yeah, the
But
crush I had on Jasmine Guy when she was on A Different World. Oh my God.
yeah, she's still hot. Anyway,
Oh
um,
yeah.
but yeah, Elizabeth also plays like one of the like executives at the ape
Okay.
facility before the apes all break out. It's
Okay.
very cool. It's like blink and you'll miss it pretty
Okay, I
quick.
know you're talking about, but not enough to catch a blink and you're miss it by any means.
I thought you were
Elizabeth,
gonna
you're
say
not listening either, but
one of the bikini models that's washing themselves behind the when Daryl Hammond flips the blinds closed or whatever.
it's
Yeah,
possible. I don't know. She's stunt double extraordinaire, but yeah, all that stuff in the sexy in the beginning where there's like all that trapeze stuff going on.
Yes,
She's doing that.
yes. How great of
Yeah.
an opening is that? I mean, as a film, I know nothing of their actual anatomy, But
Yeah, I was about to
Well,
say
you know what?
they're not
They
actually doing
didn't.
actual sex stuff. They don't take off.
Well,
They're just twirling around, right?
yeah, but I think
Lindsay.
just all
Impressive.
Oh,
the
that's
movement and
such
stuff.
typical straight man shit, Matt. It's not sex if the penis doesn't go in. It's not sex if they're on a trapeze. It's
If
not
I'm
sex if they're across the room from each other.
if I'm
Fun.
twirling a woman above me with my feet, I think that's more like acrobatics.
No, that's sex. But no,
Acrobatic sex. There we go.
interestingly, Lindsay Lohan refused to kiss Charlie Sheen because she was weirded out, so she had a
She was
body double do
correct.
it. Well, it's
Oh,
funny
I
because
wouldn't.
we always hear even this movie shits on Lindsay Lohan like a little bit
The
harder than it
police
shits on Charlie Sheen.
habitually what they do, they arrested Lindsay on habit.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say Lindsay Lohan in general across the board has done better with her life than Charlie Sheen has.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
definitely.
It was funny to be reminded of Charlie Sheen though, because like the level of cancelled he was seems so quaint today.
When was
Yes.
he
Like
fired from Two and a Half Men? Was it before or after this?
it was around this
Um,
time, I think.
Yeah, maybe around. Okay. I just
Because
wondered
like,
if this was
what
like
did he
a
do?
um,
Like a little bit of
2 years
drugs?
before
little bit of
this, I
tiger's
think he
blood.
talked shit about the guy, the showrunner. I
Yeah.
Yeah,
think
but
that
he
was the
didn't
main
like
thing.
go off on a 10-minute rant about any ethnicities or anything.
No,
No, he just seems
I
generally
don't think so.
crazy. I think
I'm not gonna say no because I'm not sure.
no.
Um,
But yeah,
but
he was just canceling. This man is too crazy for us to interface with, I think.
well, we're gonna interface him with him again in the movie Food Fight, which is coming up way later. That's
Sure,
at
why not?
1.2.
It,
I actually never heard of Food Fight until recently, and then I looked it up, and it was
Oh
just
my
like,
gosh, I remember
wow,
Food Fight.
that's well, I was like, this is insane, and then I look at it, and it's like, oh, it's like number 10 on the list or something.
Yeah, it was like pre-Sausage Party. Um,
It was like
did
the
y'all
most
like
expensive. It was like $90 million or something. It was like an insane disaster.
did y'all not like the scene where Cat Williams comes in? He was in there
Oh
for a
yeah, I
while.
mean, I love Cat Williams, dude. Cat Williams,
It,
I
that
wish he
that
was in
was
it
a time
more.
when I went to check if they had gotten a proxy, and it was Cat Williams. So,
yeah.
there's a
Yeah.
little
No,
of
did
both in this movie.
he was in Meet the Blacks Part 2, and Meet the Blacks Part 2 is basically a parody of Blackula, and Cat Williams plays like the vampire next door. It's kind of like Fright Night and Blackula put together. It's actually a really good movie.
All
I
right.
guess I didn't sound like the worst formula.
No, I drove
Something
like 45 minutes to see it because I liked the first one so much.
you mentioned Food Fight coming up, and I was, early on in this podcast, we had to do a bunch of these parody movies. We did 50 Shades of
Yeah, it's
Black,
like a bunch at the top of the
Van
list and a bunch at the
Helsing.
bottom of the list.
Yeah, the
Ah,
I'm
Hungover
not sure.
Games.
Do you guys think this is like funnier than 50 Shades of Black?
This
I
is
kind of think it
this
is.
is probably the funniest bad list film we've done.
You think?
Like I don't like percentage wise. I don't know how good the hit rate was.
Spice
But there
World.
were enough jokes in there that I was
You're
laughing.
talking parody
no,
movies, I think.
yeah,
Let
50
me double
Shades
check
of
what else was
Black.
on the list because yeah.
If you're
That
talking
one,
about parodies specifically, I think Hungover Games might have been funnier than this, but I'm not really sure.
Here's
yeah,
the
I'd have to
thing.
watch it again, which
I
I
find
won't.
myself a
Yeah,
little
I'm
more
not going to do that.
I feel a little more endeared to those movies because they were scrappier, low budget movies, right? Where this one
Hmm.
had a little more of a budget. It had technically had a proper director, and what I didn't think it was necessarily better than those movies. Yeah, Hungover Games. Maybe that was funnier. So I feel like
I
they
just,
had more resources here, so that I'm like more inclined to be like, well, at least the indie guys, were doing what they could with their resources.
Yeah.
um,
Well, the thing that annoyed me most about this movie, and it's just a personal hang up, is that there are so many times where they use fast motion to do
yes.
like a comedy thing where they just like it's completely inefficient where you just set up a joke that takes too long, so you just speed up the film, and I don't like that. I like efficiency. The
Well, they
Airplane
do.
is
They
ruthlessly efficient.
they do that in the Paranormal Activity movies, just to because a lot
Oh,
of it is footage
Like time
like
lapses and
security
yeah.
footage, time lapse, and
okay.
so a lot of that is in order in keeping with the framework, they've like kind of appropriated that Benny Hill style thing and put it into the Paranormal Activity thing, which does do that. But I agree
Gotcha.
with you though.
Looks like I
There's
was having
a
a
lot of
bit
it.
of an existential crisis in the middle of this movie. I have a note here. It says 32 minutes in, and I'm wondering if any of us deserve life.
Jesus. Um,
I think that was riffing off of a line in the movie, but I didn't write the line down. I did write this down. What was that? A penis. Do we dare break down the construction of that joke?
There's more in the deleted scenes too.
Oh no. Yeah, because there's another joke. It's like, haha, callback like 1 minute later. It's like, but it wasn't funny the first time.
mm-mm.
Oh, actually,
So
I think the callback was funny when it's
Okay.
like because he keeps doing like, "Look, what is that? My penis." And then
Oh,
there's like
moving.
the clanging noise, and he's
yeah,
like, "What
that
is
was
that?" He's
kind of
like,
funny.
"My penis," and he's banging it on the truck.
So they did ask the Wayans to come back for this, but they were making instead
Politely declined.
Wayans was making A Haunted House, which was directed by Michael Tiddies, who made 50 Shades of Black. So
Yep.
it's kind of like he just swerved off into
He
to
wanted the
that
titties.
avenue.
Yeah, there's two haunted
5.1.
houses.
Are those good, Andrew? I know you've seen them. Just
Yeah, of
assuming.
course I've seen
Okay.
them. I mean, we all grew up on In Living Color, and I think to some degree we, at least for me, I always follow what the Waynes are doing. I mean, for every like senseless that you get, I mean, there's a White Chicks, which love, and these are movies that I watch like over and over again. Because let's face it, as badly as some of it has aged, that includes, all of the scary movies. In Living Color has aged the worst in
Yeah,
terms of just like, you know,
that
Oh,
was
I
so
remember when they
formative for
put it
me, and
on
I
DVD.
cannot show that to
Even
people.
15 years ago, they put it on DVD and it was like $10 at Target. And I was like, oh, no.
yeah.
They're
No,
Why
like,
would
I
you
picked it
know,
up.
spend the $10?
future Oscar winners Jim Carrey and Jamie Foxx both doing like the most insane like transphobic characters that have ever existed.
Here,
But also, oh,
this is
homie
the
didn't play
book.
that.
The book about In Living Color
Who
is
wrote
really
the?
good.
Yeah, I don't see the
Um,
author name.
well, it's the story of In Living Color. The
Oh,
the
it's like
author
oral
is
history thing.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
okay.
Eh,
it's like Live from New York, but the In Living
Hmm.
Color version.
yeah,
I,
I mean that was formative for me, but I hate to say it, but man, there's almost nobody that I. It's very hard for me to commit to following anybody's career. I just sort of fall off of just almost anything, which is a character flaw of mine. I just I
I
don't
haven't
know.
even
I can
kept up with Jackie Chan and Arnold Schwarzenegger since I moved to Japan. Not that
I'll
they've done
commit to.
much, but
Well, yeah, it's like I'll commit to like Panos Cosmatos, who makes a movie every 10 years. Like that's easy. I'll commit to like Ari Aster at this point and Robert Eggers, but they make movies every 2 or 3 years. It's just and they'll probably make less as time goes on. But
uh, couple questions for you guys. Still better than Repossessed, right?
Oh God.
it's again, I haven't seen it in so long. I kind of liked it when I was young, but I was a child, so I don't know.
Okay. Better theme
Oh
song
my
though.
God. Oh
Still gets
my
stuck in your
God.
Sure.
head. Andrew's angry at me now because that's going to be in his head for the next 24 hours.
That even as a kid, I felt secondhand embarrassment for the people that were in that movie. Oh my God.
You,
It was before we knew what cringe was.
yeah. Did you like that less than Dracula Dead and Loving It or more?
Dracula Dead and Loving It. Let's not go
That's
there because
that.
that may be my favorite Mel Brooks movie.
Wow,
Wow.
that's hard.
Okay.
I
See,
definitely
I
like it
haven't
better than
watched that in a long
Repossessed.
time.
I like it better than this. Yeah, I remember liking it better than Robin Hood Men in Tights at the time. I might be
Mhm.
on your team with this one. It's
Um,
not my favorite Mel
um,
Brooks,
it do-
but
it
No,
has one
it's
of my favorite jokes ever. One of my favorite physical jokes I've ever seen, which is at the end when Dracula gets like turned into dust. That Renfield is just like, "Oh, master," and then he just draws a smiley face in the pile of dust
oh yeah,
yeah.
that was
so you
great. I
feel better.
remember that.
Yeah.
That was
No,
great.
my kid, when I was watching, well, she was in this stage where she wasn't wanting to watch horror, but she was very interested in seeing scary things.
mm.
And so prior to the gateway horror movies of like Five Nights at Freddy's and Night Swim and Imaginary and all these other really good ones, Megan, that were made recently, she was watching, just went from like Mad Monster Party and stuff like Paranorman into Dead and Loving It, and she watched it weekly. I mean, and watching her just get a new human being in the world who doesn't have all the baggage of film critics and you know uh gatekeepers and 48-year-old beardos and stuff like that, just purely enjoying something based on its comedic value. She couldn't get enough of that. As
I
a
had the
matter of fact,
opposite.
I tried to show her other Mel Brooks stuff, and she's like, put on Dracula.
See,
Well,
I
that
had the
was my
opposite reaction.
reaction. Sorry, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, I said I had the opposite thing where, and I mentioned a bit on a podcast for, but a few years ago, where my daughter was like, "I want to see some scary movies," and then we put on like the Addams Family and the Goonies and Nightmare Before Christmas, and she's like, "No, fuck this," and then we had to watch. That's when we put on Aliens and The Shining as family viewing movies. She was like, "No,
Mm,
I want properly scary movies."
Yeah,
mm.
yeah, we weren't quite there yet here, but we did like make it there.
I just think it's
To
funny. I
where,
went the opposite way here.
yeah,
I was
Well,
my
I
like trying to
mean,
soft pedal it, and no,
yeah,
give me something that's like actually scary,
yeah, I
where
would have
mom
been,
has to leave the room for certain scenes. And
yeah,
I
she
think I mentioned Alien. I still have to leave the room or fast forward through when the face hugger comes out of the egg in Alien. I don't like that jump scare.
it is scary. No, she
I
printed
get
out her.
excited when it comes out.
She
Just
was
kidding.
at my office. She printed out her own Final Destination Bloodlines poster and stuck it
Ooh.
to the door of her room on the outside. And she
Uh,
just got into. She really wanted to see it, and leading up to it, we watched the whole series. I mean, it was a turning point, and we saw it twice in the theater.
Back on the Alien, but I remember watching Covenant when it's like, yeah, go look in the egg, go do it, go look in the egg, do it, and then it's technically kind of like the first movie, except that it's not the jump scare is not timed to actually be much of a jump scare in Alien Covenant, whereas in the original it's like timed way too well. Sorry, it's just
yeah,
yeah.
it's
No,
almost like Alien
the new
Covenant was
series
bad.
has that. The new
I,
series
I
has a few moments like that.
Mm.
I'm excited for the new series. I'm gonna watch it
I've heard
very soon.
nothing but good things.
I
So
watched the
So
first
good.
episode and I was okay. Part of my predisposition against Scary Movie 5 is I had to watch Scary Movie 5 instead of the second episode of the new Alien. So,
Hmm.
I watched Scary Movie 5 on a train, and it was exactly the length of my train ride, so it was perfect.
ooh.
Okay,
I,
thanks.
I had a weirdly I had a kind of a weirdly sparse weekend where I was house sitting some cats, so I actually watched like the entirety of Murderbot and the entirety of the studio before I watched
Wow.
this.
With cats.
Uh, I just haven't watched a lot of anything recently. I think my brain was just like beep beep turn off.
Well, me and Marcy have both gotten obsessed with reading One Piece, so that's kind of
Ah, that's a good use of your time. I
Ooh la
mean,
la,
ah yeah.
reading.
but it's funny because going back to what we were saying earlier, the studio does have a scene where Ice Cube is leading a crowd yelling "fuck AI."
Mm.
That's definitely worth watching if you're wondering if you guys don't know about that series. It's like Seth Rogen playing a shithead executive, and it's sort of like It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia crossed with like stuff about movies. I don't know,
Like
stuff
Also, we
30
about
didn't
movies.
Rock.
something we didn't talk about was that Scary Movie 5 is the first one that doesn't have Anna Faris or
Hmm.
Gabriella, or is it Regina Hall? Sorry, that was a
Regina
whole other
Hall, yeah,
person. Um, did anyone like Ashley Tisdale?
she's
I,
okay.
I'm
I
I'm
Yeah,
looking
didn't
at see, I'm
mind her.
not missing Anna Faris because I haven't
she's
seen the
Sharpay,
first one
right?
since yeah.
I'm a big fan of Anna Faris, honestly. Like it's one of those things where it's I missed I don't know. By the time the second or third one came around, I was like just very much in it for her because she's got this one of those things where she's just subtle
Hmm.
enough. I guess I haven't seen a lot of things with her after that, but um, I'll go see the new one because of her and the Wayans coming back.
Oh, well, I hate to say it, but y'all probably could guess. I'm there no matter what. I'm just
Nothing wrong with that, man. I appreciate your dedication to showing up for things, which I am extremely bad at showing up for things, to be honest.
I'm
no,
worse.
Uh,
if I like something new that's kind of like weird or maybe an independent one, I'll go twice just to be like, well, if it tanked, it's not my fault.
No, I knew Ashley Tisdale from the High School Musical films.
Is that what she's from? I was gonna
uh,
ask, was she Disney or oh,
She's Sharpay Evans.
okay. Was this
Sharpay.
She's the one who's like the villain, but is kind of
okay.
actually in the right. Because
Okay.
she's the drama club like queen. and then the
Was it
new
like
girl comes in and takes the lead role based on like
what
very little, and then she's just upset about it. I was like, oh well, you know.
was it a cheap thrill of any kind, Luke, to see her do this stuff?
It was fun. Just it's always fun when you see someone you know from something very Disney,
Hmm.
turn up and swear and vomit and slam babies into walls.
Oh God. One of my
Yeah, that
favorite
was
shots
better.
is when during the Evil Dead parody, which I don't know if I mentioned, is
Oh
the
yeah, you did.
best section. Okay, so one of the demons like pukes into an oscillating fan and it just throws
Yeah,
up
and then it
back on.
pukes back on her.
It's so good. So that's what I'm saying. Like this movie, it's maybe not as funny consistently as some other movies are like consistently joke lands, joke lands, joke lands.
Yeah.
But when this movie is funny and when it is working, it is funnier than that. Like some of the, it's as good as the best parodies that I've ever seen.
I've also not seen the newer Evil Dead, but the gag that they're down in the basement doing the spell and assuming it's not working, and
Yeah.
meanwhile these Christians upstairs are going mad and murdering each other was
Yeah, see that
hilarious.
all the deaths and those are direct. Like I almost hate it that y'all haven't seen it because they're direct references to
Right.
things that happen in those, and when they're all just like trying to find whose foot is what, and that's just so. I mean, it's honestly one of those things where me as a person that makes comedies and horror comedies, I'm jealous that I didn't think of some of that stuff.
Well, I did note that they basically did our porno machine joke from Psycho Vixens 10 years
They
later, so
did, they did, didn't
so
they? Oh, context. Explain.
All right.
yes, we made a movie in 2004 called Psycho Vixens, where my computer is what possessed by satanic Satanists, and it will only display porno at one point and not work.
Mm.
Right. And so I had to make a fake splash page for a website called Porno Machine.
Yeah.
Mm-mm-mm.
With
And it
lots of
had a
pop-ups. We had to have lots of pop-ups too, because it was
yeah, and
2004.
we had the splash page was a close-up of um something going into something, and the whole joke was that you could not tell what it was. You could not tell what was going into what. It was so zoomed in.
Yeah. So anyway, you just mentioned that. Like, I wish I could have thought of some of these jokes. Like, yeah, well, you
Oh, that we
did.
did think of. Yeah, thank you. I feel so validated. Thank you.
That said, yeah, I'm gonna call this one Filth. I appreciate that you appreciate the jokes,
It's
Andrew, but I
it's
cannot say this is a movie I like.
Oh no.
it's
Did I say it was no, I agree that it
is
You
it
is.
a
go with it.
film or
It's Filth.
filth? Yeah.
I didn't
But
know
I
whether I
love
was
it.
Of
gonna ask you
course
yet,
it's
but
filth. It has no
it knows
pretensions of
it's
being a
filth.
film.
That is
I'm
Didn't
gonna
true.
want to
call
be.
this. I'm gonna call this fifth. It's the
Okay.
fifth best
It
scary
is.
movie.
Okay.
Because that's one of those things where you always ask, why is it on the list? Because people didn't like the first movie enough, and the second one's rated lower, and the third one's has to be rated lower, and the fourth one has to be rated lower, and the fifth one has to be rated lower.
Six
I
And
of
this
also
them
will
wonder
still be
if
the
serviceable.
rebound.
I think this one having like the Lindsay Lohan and the celebrity cameos and stuff probably knocked its score down for like at the time people finding it kind of cheap. And then if you watch it now, it just seems like it's aged poorly. So I wonder if I don't think that stuff is helping its score.
Yeah, I can't love this one because I feel like the other crappy spoof movies that had way less resources were at least scrappier. So I have to vote for the underdogs, you know? And I probably laughed at those as much. So, because all of them, I mean, come on, if you're making a spoof movie with 1,000 jokes, the clock's all, broken clocks correct twice a day, you're gonna have 10 good jokes at least, right?
Yeah. I guess my thing is the 10 great jokes in this are up there with any other
I
great
think the
jokes.
best gags in this are better than any of the other spoof movies we've done.
That's all I'm saying,
Could
Luke.
be
That's all I'm
correct.
saying.
But I
Yeah,
also
I
just
think
saw
I'm with
the
Andrew on this one. I think
Yeah, sure.
I also just saw the new Naked Gun, which is like a big
I can't
kind of
wait to
return
see
to
that, but
form
there's
for
no
that
way it's going
kind
to
of
come to
thing.
theaters here.
Dublin,
Yeah.
Luke said.
Oh my God. And Pam Anderson runs away
She
with the
is
whole movie.
she is so funny, dude. I was
I
it's
checked the
great.
movie adverts last week just to make sure.
One of my favorite bits in the whole movie is just she's like trying to distract the bad guy by like scat singing in this jazz lounge, and she just is like,
And the
it's
whole
so
thing was
funny.
written out, and it was like a 5 minute or 3.5 minute scene that they cut down. She had to learn it verbatim.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, I
Um,
just saw an interview with her where that was scripted, the whole thing.
I think that was a Kim Cattrall reference because Kim Cattrall like put out this video where she was kind of doing that, but
Oh
like
no,
seriously.
I don't think
Oh,
I know that.
oh well, you should find it. It's worth watching.
Okay,
Um,
I
it's
will.
funny. Um, so I
I have
got
10
10 star.
star. You got 10 star.
Oh,
I want to read this one. Maybe you're
you
looking
go.
at it, but
You
I
go
just
first.
this one's short, right? Really? As good
Mhm.
as the first one plus the second one times the third and fourth ones. That's the review. 10 stars.
um, Best movie I ever saw. Pissed
Ooh.
my pants while watching this. This is so great, and I laughed to no end to this movie because it's just so great. It doesn't need to have any emotional depth. It's just funny. I love it so much. Me and my friend were watching it, and I have never had a better time watching a movie than this. I don't understand all these bad reviews because what do you mean this movie is bad? It's good. The comedy is everything. I feel like this is the funniest movie out of all of them and is really great. Love it to my heart's depths, especially when Jodie was having sex with the microwave. I was laughing my ass off. 0 out of 0 people found this helpful. This is from July 2025, so it's like a month
Oh,
ago.
hell yeah.
Okay.
I
You're
like the commitment to the intensity on that.
Mark, go for see if you can find a very unhelpful one, and I will read the
There aren't
uh
many.
this one. Good. They only say good. They gave it 10/10. It's also consistently funny. Sure, the nature of many of the jokes is that they exist in a vacuum and aren't necessarily related to what's going on or what matters. The motion capture animation was beyond the range of foul-mouthed R-rated comedy. Here's your evidence to the contrary. There aren't exactly any curveballs in the story, but that's when you realize you're watching a film in which a man is trying to stop hanging out with his profane teddy bear. What? Now they're talking about Ted, but then they say this movie was funny. I'm glad Snoop Dogg was in it and Mac Miller, they were funny together. They start talking about Ted, and then they get back to talking about um, scary movies. So it's like they're trying to review two movies at
I
once, like
think
they
they were
did the
saying,
same
I
movie or
think they were
something.
trying to say, like, people say Ted is better because it has an emotional core, but it's just a dude talking to a teddy bear.
Oh, okay, there we worked
They
that
were
out.
trying to
Very
make some
nice.
sort of point.
Maybe
Okay,
this
well,
was the
they
screenwriter of
made it
Scary Movie 5.
that.
Mm.
I'll say they
Okay,
made it badly.
I found the least
I do have a
helpful.
note that I left myself.
Sure.
Washing my penis doesn't sting. Is this a circumcision thing, or is just some bullshit dudes say to not wash their penises?
Hmm.
It
Probably the
stings.
latter.
Yeah.
Somebody every once in a while, I feel like every 5 years I hear about someone who thinks something is gay that I like cannot believe, like wiping my ass is gay or things like that.
Yeah,
People
yeah, yeah.
like dudes that
Wipe
That's
argue
your
the
that
big
ass
stuff.
gag on
soaked.
Twitter, right? Hey, fellas, is it gay to blank?
Real men use pineapples. That actually sounded gay right
Uh,
away.
okay, here's the least helpful review from 2021. I love this entry of the quintrilogy. I think it's quintilogy, actually. This entry has one F-bomb, more violence, humor, language, and sexual images, including a drawing of someone's wiener. LOL and ROFL.
Does
0 out
that
of 6
count
found
as a
that
drawing of
helpful.
someone's wiener? They said it was a boat or something, right?
I
Yeah.
mean, you can't deny it's really, really funny when they're doing the like, oh, yeah, these are toothbrushes. And then the obvious gag that, Uncle Dan, these toothbrushes look an awful lot like dildos.
I had too much of a uh when I was working at environmental education, kids were making drawings or something, and I remember the staff had to discuss if a drawing that a 11-year-old girl made of snaggle pussy was a problem or not. It was vaguely dirty, but not clearly dirty. So we were like, I don't know.
At
Are
So
you
12, there's
saying
a
Weird.
good chance they knew what they were doing.
yeah, it might have been a little younger. It was 10 or 11, but yeah, it was right at the age where like, I don't know. It wasn't my decision to make anyway, but I don't know if they made a
Legends.
stink of that or not. Yeah.
did you say Snagglepussy?
Yeah.
Are you talking about like they drew Snagglepuss and just wrote Snagglepussy under it? I'm like confused about
That's
that.
why we were all confused. We were like, is this weird and innocent or is it actually like someone coming from a broken home or something, I think was the other argument. So maybe that was too extreme on
Jeez.
the other end.
I mean, he is
Yeah.
pink.
Yeah. Anyway, I don't
And I do
fully
like
remember.
putting my dick in him.
I'm just I'm
That's
just
how the
throwing out a
reboot
real life
talks.
situation of getting vaguely dirty kids pictures and not quite knowing what to do with it. So
Well,
Also, my
I
favorite outtake from the outtakes is when I can't remember the other guy's name, but he's like, "I'll save you, Snoop Dogg," and Snoop Dogg was just like, I'm not called Snoop Dogg in this movie, idiot.
Oh yeah, Mac Miller, who I read was only in the film because Mike Epps got in an argument with Harvey Weinstein and walked off the movie.
Oh God.
It was going to be Snoop and Mike Epps, which God, I mean, Mike Epps, I
Yeah.
think he's the funniest
I
person
mean,
alive.
he's definitely funnier than Mac Miller, but I don't feel like great about saying, oh, Mac Miller shouldn't have been in this because I think it was
Oh
like one
yeah,
of the last things he did
That's what I'll
before
say. He put out three rap albums, and then he died, right?
he died of
yes,
like fentanyl stuff and
yeah.
Mm.
The part
very
where they
close to
keep
this.
pulling the guns out at each other could have been right in "Don't Be a Menace." You know,
That was pretty good actually.
yeah.
For even though
Well,
Although,
that
something
whole thing is
similar,
disjointed as fuck.
something similar does happen in "Don't Be a Menace," but I think Marlon's character ends up having like some type of a missile launcher.
Yeah, he's like a mailman in that, and like
Yeah,
he just
yeah,
has the mail truck has like a missile.
yeah.
Like, do we have a
The
problem? And it's like
problem,
moving with him when he's talking.
yes,
I need to go back and watch that again. Jesus Christ.
that section's that whole device is a parody of poetic justice.
Well, that's how you do a parody is you get like a deadly serious like movement in film, like that moment in film where like all those films were coming out that were like basically, John Singleton, like whatever the kind of I don't know what you even call that movement, but it's just
I mean, people
like
called them hood movies.
great black directors doing things. Yeah, I didn't want to call it hood movies, but
That's what I've seen them
amazing
referred to.
stuff.
Yeah.
And you just parody that right down the line. Like yeah, Scary Movie 6 should do elevated horror. I hope it does just Hereditary. I love Hereditary. I want somebody to parody it because that could be just incredible.
My opinions are opposite because Don't Be a Mess I like, and I like Fear of a Black Cat better than that. And then what's the Chris Rock
Oh,
one?
Fear
I
of
like
Black
that.
Hats.
I like that one.
CB4.
CB4.
CB4, that's actually my favorite, which I believe is the wrong
Huh.
opinion, but
Yeah,
I
I'd
like
say
the
that's
song
wrong. I'm
parodies in that one
sorry.
best.
yeah,
Not a
talking about
favorite.
wrong opinions, don't ask me about Hereditary.
Well, CB4 is a story where Fear of a Black Hat is a documentary, so that's like a completely different. Like Fear of a Black Hat is basically Spinal Tap, but in
Yeah.
my
For
opinion,
hip-hop,
kind of
yeah.
funnier.
I like
Because
crappy mid
I've not
90s
seen Spinal
music
Tap.
comedies like Airheads. I like Airheads as well.
Spinal
Brendan
Tap is still good.
Fraser and
I
Adam
haven't seen
Sandler
it.
before he's a star.
My mum was really into Spinal Tap. It's one of those films that's got two or three really standout jokes, but it's also really, really boring.
It's
Yeah, I was gonna
mostly
say I tried to watch it when I worked at Blockbuster and didn't make it very far. I guess I'll have to rewatch though because there's a sequel right coming out.
yeah, yeah. The
Yeah.
sequel looks like it's going to lean very heavily into like, wow, I can't believe how old these guys are.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Putting the hand up,
it's
do like Spinal Tap, don't find it boring just for that dissenting opinion.
Yeah, but also, Matt would actually sit and watch it if it really was just a dry documentary about a rock band. So
I
the
watched
thing
all
about
of Get Back.
yeah,
the thing about Fear of a Black Hat is that the Fear of a Black Hat works on the premise that like the rappers in Fear of a Black Hat are actually violent criminals who do shoot people and they try to just cover it up the whole time, which is
Yep.
part of why it works because the real rappers weren't killing people for the most part from that era. So
Oh yeah,
it's
like
A couple of
Easy
them were.
Easy was the only real
a
gangster.
couple of them
in
were,
NWA.
yes, a couple of them were, but I don't think Easy was killing people. Probably,
I think
I'm not
Diddy was
sure.
having a few people killed.
Yeah,
No, I
Diddy
just
was, but Diddy wasn't a rapper. He was a shitty
He was a
producer,
producer,
and
yeah.
yeah.
honestly, made pretty bad music. Sorry, come at me, Diddy fans, if you dare. Identify yourselves.
Identify yourselves, Diddy fans.
The only Diddy I'm a fan of is Diddy Kong.
That's right.
Yeah, me too.
I don't know. I guess we're finished talking about Scary Movie 5,
Um,
so
It was
As
really
As
funny
usual, we
when
stopped talking about it 10 minutes ago.
Yeah.
it was also really funny when you see that the footage where she's like fucking the pineapple and then like the microwave starts fucking the chair. That was
Yeah.
really funny.
So good. It's so
Yeah, that was good.
y'all keep saying you don't like it, but then you keep talking about the funniest
I
shit
never
in the
said I didn't
movie.
like it. I just said
No,
it was very
Luke with me.
problematic.
Yeah, I think Luke likes
No,
it
Luke was
most.
me, and I agree with you, man. But that doesn't mean the movie isn't funny in some
But
parts.
but
I
like
thought the lady was fine in that bikini. The housekeeper. I thought she was great.
Yeah.
but what I remember from the first Scary Movie is bits like somebody finds a Polaroid in their locker that says "I know" and it has his tiny dick in the Polaroid,
Yes.
or like a guy gets literally impaled by a dick through a
Yep.
glory hole in the locker, like things like that. Or yeah, it needs to be R. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, the part
Uh,
6. I agree with you. Part 6
yeah,
needs to be R
please
because
make
it's
it
feel
R
parodying
if you're
R-rated
listening.
movies. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's just horror is R. I don't know. You can have PG-13 horror, but like you don't have to. I don't know. That sounds really that sounds really non-committal of me to taking a.
I
You
mean,
don't
I
have to
feel
have
like
PG-13 horror.
you should never be chasing the PG with horror. If you make a
Yeah,
horror and it turns out PG, that doesn't mean it's bad. But if it's like you're making a horror and you decide to chase the PG, it just means you're not going all in, right?
you're right.
I
It
think
should
the
just
original
suit
Texas
them.
Chainsaw was trying to be PG.
And it
Although we
almost
we
could
all
have
had
been
this.
because not many. Does anyone die in that? I feel like most of it is just people screaming. Um,
Yes, you're
We
correct.
did have this
yeah,
discussion last year though with Black Christmas, which was purposefully made PG-13, and for
it was
so
edited
people,
down though, wasn't it?
I guess, but yeah, I still find that interesting. Like this actually is a horror movie for 12 and 13-year-olds.
And thank
Well,
goodness too, because I
Yeah, your
mean,
daughter's really into it,
my
right?
kid loved him. Yeah, my kid
Yeah.
loved that movie, and a lot of those other PG-13 ones. We didn't have that as
Your
kids.
kid
We just
loved
got.
what?
I said you loved the black. I
Your
said you
kid
liked
loved
the.
what?
I said you liked the Black Christmas movie.
Oh, I actually don't remember that one. Oh yeah, I did like that one.
There you go.
well,
That's the one with the.
remember,
We've seen it more than once. It's got the frat boys in it.
Oh yeah.
well, Poltergeist, which Poltergeist basically created the
Shouldn't be.
PG-13 rating.
Shouldn't
The
be
Yeah.
Poltergeist
rated.
movies are still kind of creepy. I watched them
Poltergeist,
last year.
I think that was
I
the point
didn't
I was trying to
watch.
make.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Like,
didn't watch Poltergeist till I was like 40 because I always assumed it would be like a movie for babies. And then I was like, oh no, this is really scary. That was like one of the scariest movies
That's a
I've ever
great
seen.
movie.
no,
It's very,
PG
very good. Yes.
PG-13 horror definitely existed back then, and even
The
like
Gate.
R-rated horror. But they gave it a PG instead and decided to just traumatize the shit out of a whole generation
Yeah.
of kids.
The Gate, Andrew, like how you feel about The Gate?
The Gate's
Gate
dope.
fucking
I mean,
rules. Yeah.
that's one of the very few like that and Monster Squad, right? The very few gateway horror
Yeah.
movies that existed back then.
Yeah, The Gate is like extremely scary and unpleasant, but also it is literally PG or PG-13.
I think
It's
the last time I
PG-13,
saw it,
yeah.
I was 8 as well, so I didn't know what to make of it at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lost Boys, we consider that girl horror.
Yeah.
That's a whole other discussion, folks.
Lost Boys or Near Dark? Pick one.
Oh God, are you kidding me?
The Lost Boys just because it has Kiefer Sutherland.
I honestly I think I like Lost Boys better. I'm sorry. Like Near Dark is very good, but
I
Lost
can't
Boys
vote
has
against
this
Jack Bauer.
it's this glamorousness. I guess it's probably just like Joel Schumacher just making it a little bit like queer flourish, but man, yeah, I appreciate that more and more as I get older, which is weird.
I like a lot of Joel Schumacher's stuff, but I just Lost Boys I recently rewatched at the drive-in. They had that as the B side of the Goonies, and I was just like, ugh, this is too much like the Goonies.
Well, I've got two separate podcasts where I'm on record defending Batman and Robin. So
Dope. See?
Yeah.
I keep
I could
warming
go
up
on
to it.
and
I will
on.
say that. Both of those, I warmed up to a little more. So
Well, there's apparently a new cut of Batman Forever where Schumacher is
dead.
like done something to. No, he's alive. He's like touring some cut of it where he's like fixed it somehow, and I'm hoping to get to see that. That'll be next time I watch that film, which will be the second time I watch it.
all I hope is that he brought Billy D. Williams in to play
Schumacher
Two-Face.
died. Are you
That's what I'm
kidding me?
saying.
He's dead?
2020. Okay, Matt is correct.
Oh crap! Weird.
Yeah, because I remember,
But there
like,
is okay. There from 2023.
There could still
there is
be
a
that
100. There's a 170-minute Schumacher cut. You know what I was thinking of was the guy who directed Captain America was touring with that, and now he's dead.
Okay.
Albert Pine.
Albert Pune, who actually
He's
I
dead
didn't
too.
know this. I didn't know this, but he had a movie that is coming out now that has my friend Ellie Church, who was on this podcast for Police Academy 7. in it, and I had no idea that they'd made a movie together before we started this podcast.
That's great.
So that's weird.
And watch Mark's head
Is the
explode.
Schumacher cut of Batman Forever in like 4:3?
170 minutes.
No, I
Like
mean, like, is it in
aspect
like 4:3
ratio.
aspect ratio?
Oh,
And
That's what makes a
grayscale?
Schneider
Or-
cut unwatchable. Is that what you're saying on a modern
I was just
television?
making a Snyder cut.
Okay.
There wasn't really any
Oh,
deeper meaning
sorry.
to it.
That's the primary reason I haven't watched the
Sorry.
Snyder cut. I put on the first 20
The
minutes. I'm
primary
like,
reason
why
I
am I
watched the
watching
Snyder
this
cut is
thing?
because it's like 4 hours long,
Well, that's the other reason, but
and I
yeah.
have limited time on this earth.
Yeah.
Well, should I spend 170 minutes watching the Schumacher cut of
I would
Batman
sooner
Forever?
spend 170 minutes watching the Schumacher cut than 4
I
hours watching
concur.
the Snyder cut.
I concur, and I
Me
have the Blu-ray
too.
of the Schneider cut right here, and I still concur that we should do Batman Forever if we're watching a long movie. Speaking of running too long, Andrew, what's going on late September for Gonzorific
Okay,
or later?
late September we'll be shooting Sluts for Satan, and that movie is continues the story of Psycho Vixens and ties it into Cannibal Sisters. And so
What?
yeah,
Okay.
so for those who, I had this weird feeling one night, and it was just like I left these people there. Like I'd left these people there, and it'd be fine if, there was, because there's like two Cannibal Sister movies, because Booty Meat was like a prequel. And so I'm like, you know what I need to do? My friend told me she wanted to make a movie called Sluts for Satan, because that was her Wi-Fi password, and she wanted to play Satan. And I'm like, all right, we're coming back. So yeah, there's Oscar Postmaker will return.
Cool. You guys gonna
Okay.
make that in October?
Yeah, looks
we
looks
will
like
be
I
playing
might.
that. They
All
will be
right.
playing at Cine in Athens, November 7th and 8th,
Great.
along with Cheerleader Reunion. But yeah, that's being shot on September the 20th.
Neat.
All right. As for us, check out Podcastio, podcastos.org. You got Luke doing video games. Luke loves Pokemon, Monster Mash, game show. You've got Mark and
Game
I
show.
talking about Severance over at Imprison and the Severance cast. Yeah, I can get it right here. Well, I don't
Yep.
do that anyway, but that
No,
is
I'm the one
running.
who always gets it wrong, and I just
Well, it's a
doing
running.
it to
You
break
can't
your
get it
brain.
right now. You're not allowed to get it right at this point.
I don't want to.
Okay.
Can't make me.
Come here, Mark. You can get it right.
Okay. Severness.
I'm already cutting with that little gap after Mark said it. I've already cut. This is post show. Now I'm gonna hit the record.
So I guess I'll see you all in 2 weeks.
Radio.